A man must always hide from a woman. Title: Reimagining Gender Dynamics, Fostering Authentic Connections Beyond Stereotypes. Introduction. In a world shaped by evolving gender dynamics, the saying, "a man must always hide from a woman," stands as a reflection of outdated perceptions and expectations. This belief has deep historical roots, originating from a time when traditional gender roles were strictly adhered to. However, as societal norms progress towards equality and authenticity, it becomes essential to challenge this notion and explore the potential for genuine connections that transcend gender stereotypes. Origins of the notion. Historically, societies upheld rigid gender roles that cast men as stoic providers and women as nurturing caretakers. These roles created an environment where men were expected to suppress their emotions and vulnerabilities, contributing to the belief that concealing one's true self was a necessary trait for men to maintain their perceived strength and control. Impact on emotional expression. The belief that men must hide from women has perpetuated a cycle of emotional suppression that affects both genders. Men, pressured to conform to the ideals of traditional masculinity, often struggle to express their feelings openly. This emotional restraint can lead to a lack of emotional intimacy and connection in relationships. Moreover, women are left navigating relationships where their partners may struggle to communicate their emotions effectively. Breaking down gender stereotypes. The evolution of gender roles and expectations has given rise to a new understanding of masculinity, one that celebrates vulnerability, authenticity, and emotional openness. As society redefines the qualities that make a man, the notion that they must hide their true selves from women becomes outdated and incongruent with the changing landscape of relationships. Fostering authentic relationships. To transcend the belief that men must hide from women, authentic relationships should be championed. Authenticity encourages individuals to communicate openly and honestly, irrespective of gender. Embracing vulnerability paves the way for genuine connections that are free from the confines of traditional gender norms. Empowering emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is a vital component of dismantling the belief that men must hide. By recognizing, understanding, and effectively expressing emotions, individuals of all genders can navigate relationships with greater empathy and understanding. Emotional intelligence dismantles barriers and fosters a deeper connection between partners. Promoting gender equality. Gender equality is essential for redefining relationships. Advocating for equal rights, representation, and opportunities ensures that no gender is compelled to hide its true nature. Equality empowers both men and women to engage authentically and without preconceived expectations. Championing change. Breaking free from the notion that men must hide requires collective effort. Open dialogues, awareness campaigns, and education about the negative consequences of gender stereotypes can catalyze change. By challenging these preconceptions, society can create an environment where authenticity and vulnerability are celebrated. Origins and historical context. The belief that men must hide from women has its origins in a history dominated by rigid gender roles. Men were historically positioned as providers and protectors, while women were confined to domestic spheres. This division enforced the idea that emotional vulnerability was a sign of weakness in men and compromised their societal standing. Impact on emotional expression. The consequences of this belief ripple through relationships, affecting emotional expression for both men and women. Men, burdened by societal expectations, may suppress their feelings and mask vulnerabilities, limiting their capacity for meaningful connections. Women, in turn, may be left navigating relationships with partners who struggle to communicate openly. Challenging gender stereotypes. The evolution of gender norms has paved the way for a redefinition of masculinity. Modern perspectives recognize that authenticity and vulnerability are powerful attributes. As society shifts its understanding of what it means to be a man, the notion that they must hide from women becomes incongruous with the new landscape of relationships. Embracing authentic connections. To transcend the belief that men must hide, relationships must be anchored in authenticity. Authenticity encourages individuals to communicate openly and honestly, free from the confines of gender stereotypes. When both partners can express themselves genuinely, relationships flourish on a foundation of mutual understanding and empathy. Elevating emotional intelligence. Central to dismantling the notion of hiding is the cultivation of emotional intelligence. Recognizing, understanding, and effectively expressing emotions fosters a deeper connection between individuals. Emotional intelligence bridges the gap and allows for a richer, more fulfilling relationship experience. Empowering gender equality. The path to redefining relationships involves championing gender equality. Advocating for equal rights, representation, and opportunities dispels the idea that one gender must conceal itself from another. Gender equality creates a space where individuals can engage authentically, regardless of societal expectations. Cultivating positive change. Shifting away from the belief that men must hide requires collective action. Conversations, educational initiatives, and awareness campaigns can challenge the status quo. By addressing these deeply ingrained notions, society can create an environment where authenticity and vulnerability are celebrated. Conclusion. In a world where gender dynamics are evolving, the belief that a man must always hide from a woman stands as a barrier to authentic relationships. By embracing authenticity, championing emotional intelligence, and advocating for gender equality, we can transcend these limitations. As we redefine masculinity and reshape societal attitudes, we pave the way for relationships based on mutual respect, understanding, and shared experiences. In this new era, individuals of all genders can engage openly, forging connections that celebrate authenticity and equality.